In today's video, we're going to talk about the Fantastic Four. So over the last 2 to 3 to 4, maybe even a week, you've heard a lot of fake reports from so-called insiders, so-called scoopers saying, no, Matt Smith's Reed Richards, no, Adam Driver's Reed Richards. Realistically, no one can sign any contract during the actors' strike at all. So if any of this information has any validity or any truth to it, whoever signed on for each member of the Fantastic Four, if hypothetically speaking, any of this is true, they would have had to sign before the actors' strike commenced. I believe they're into week 3 now. Hence why over at DC Studios, you had James Gunn rushing to say, yo, David Korsner is the new Superman. Yo, Rachel Brosnahan is the new Lois Lane. Them announcements were rushed out because they had to announce it before the actors' strike. So if there is any validity to any of this information, it will come via a trade like Deadline, Variety, or something like that. The amount of times Reed Richards has changed hands, it's getting ridiculous, and it's exposing these fake Twitter, X.com scoopers. It's exposing these so-called insiders who have got that much wrong over the last 6 months. I don't believe any of these castings, except for maybe 1 or 2. So, yo, what is good, YouTube? Wished you here. I'm going to break down what's actually happening here and how it appears that certain scoopers keep saying, no, it's this, no, it's that, no, it's this. Hollywood is literally closed down except for people working in post-production. There is no castings going on during an actor strike because any actor cannot enter negotiations, talk, and sign on anything whilst there's literally an actor's strike. It's that freaking obvious. Bros, come on, calm down. Calm down. I get it. There's no Marvel news. These Twitter scoopers are making stuff up. Let's break it down. Yo, what is good, YouTube? Wish you here. If you are new around, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, Kaiju, Monsterverse, Marvel, DC content that we cover on a daily basis. If you could, check us out on Instagram at WashU to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. And also, if you could, check us out on Twitter, aka x.com, WashUG over there. Right, let's go over these fabricated and maybe real reports. The reason I say it's fabricated is because we've heard of so many different actors who allegedly have been these characters, like Sue Storm. You see what I did there? I didn't say Susan, I said Sue, because, yeah, you know, I obviously say things wrong on purpose. So Grace Randolph actually has said for the last few months, Vanessa Kirby is most likely going to be Sue Storm, and all of a sudden she is. Okay, cool story, bro. What happened to Margot Robbie and the $20 million that she wanted? All of a sudden, Margot Robbie is not going to play Sue Storm? Why not? She's popping in Hollywood at the moment. Highest grossing movie of the year at the moment, based on the last 2.5 weeks. Why is Margot Robbie not going to play Sue Storm? But now it's Vanessa Kirby. Fine choice, if you ask me. But also, it's come out that apparently Sue Storm is going to somewhat be the leader of the movie, but not the leader of the Fantastic Four. Now, this information, I'm not taking any credibility away from anyone, but it's just looking like y'all are making stuff up. You know how we do it over here. So Jeff Snyder apparently is an insider. And respectfully, Jeff Snyder's got a lot of information wrong in the past. I get it. There's a buyout clause. There's a clause where you can say, yeah, but casting information updates all the time. Casting information does not get out all the time. It's not like every single person that's been lined up for a movie role, they look through loads of people. It's not like they all throw them out. It's like, yep, he was lined up, he was lined up, he was lined up, he was lined up. So we've had so many people allegedly be Reed Richards. And still, nobody can tell you who Reed Richards is. Henry Cavill's been up for it. Penn Badgley, who is famous for Gossip Girl. More recently, he's famous for You. And Matt Smith is the name that keeps floating around. Now, I don't really have any precedence or any favoritism when it comes to these fake scoopers, but it does make me laugh when a certain wannabe Twitter scooper called My Time to Shine, right here, they're still trying to get Driver again. So Smith isn't a done deal, just another offer. Interesting. So let's go over what My Time to... I honestly think this is made up, but let's just go over it for hypothetical, hyperbolic reasons. The Fantastic Four casting is such a weird roller coaster. No, it's not. It's really not. They want to get the casting solid, and nothing's confirmed until Marvel comes out and says it themselves. Matt Shakman had a clear vision in mind he wanted, and it was set on Adam Driver, Robbie, Diggs, Mascow as leads. But then they all paused. Post-strike is going to be interesting to see who finally gets the role. Interesting. So, The director had his heart set on Margot Robbie, but all of a sudden now wants Vanessa Kirby. Cool story, bro. Adam Driver apparently turned the role down because he cannot connect with the script. Interesting, as Cillian Murphy has recently come out and said regarding the Dr. Von Boom storyline, and to be honest, that's the only casting I care about is Doctor Doom. The rest can, be what it is. It is what it is, because Marvel's literally got no money. They're poor. They're in debt. They're in a deficit because they keep losing money. So hire lesser actors. But Cillian Murphy came out recently and said he will happily read any script. But seeing as Marvel scripts are not very good at the moment, we ain't going to get our boy Cillian Murphy, Mr. Peaky Blinders, Mr. Oppenheimer himself, are we? Knowing the fact that he's the hottest property in Hollywood now, or he's up there. He acts alongside Robert Downey Jr., Matt Damon, etc. And he slayed everyone in that movie. So I do find most of these interesting reports. So it does make me laugh because all these so-called Twitter scoopers, the fifth time, are now like, yes, it's Matt Smith. And if you're English, Matt Smith's quite a big name because obviously Doctor Who, and he's played in a lot of top roles, and he is a pretty good actor. And he's been in House of Dragons. He's been in a lot. Okay, he was in Morbius. Okay, I get it. That's not a very good role. But Matt Smith would be, to be honest, I don't care who is cast at Reed Richards. But the more times these scoopers keep doing the winky eyes, who is it? It's like all these Twitter scoopers back each other up. So if one's wrong, they're all wrong. So it does really make me laugh. Is Matt Smith going to be Reed Richards? No one seems to know at all. Johnny Storm cast, but apparently it's not Jack Quaid. Interesting. Then we get this article coming out saying Joseph Quinn-eyed to star as Johnny Storm. So yeah, it's interesting. Because this is all hyperbolic kind of made up stuff, if you ask me. Because until Marvel comes out and says it himself, it is literally made up. And now there are reports going around on the same circle on X.com or Twitter that Galactus is going to be the main villain, and for some reason he's going to be a Latino actor or voice actor. As we know, if Galactus does appear in the MCU, it will be motion caption work. But if we go back to a few months ago, Antonio Banderas was rumored to be Galactus, but all of a sudden we now have these Twitter influencers, or whatever you want to call them, now stating Galactus is going to be the main villain, where realistically, if you go back to the actual sources of the actual information of the leaks that came out, but leaks are never right. Yeah, well, leaks are more reliable than Twitter scoopers. Galactus isn't actually the main villain. If we go based on that, Galactus was apparently supposed to appear in some form of post-credit scene, realistically, and the mid-credit scene was supposed to show you Kang being exiled in the same place he attempted to concur with his abilities, stripped from him so he can't fight his way out of the quantum realm, setting up the events of what happened on Ant-Man. Because realistically, if you go back to all the leaks to do with all the Fantastic Four plot leaks, the quantum realm was going to be a focal point of the Fantastic Four, and it was actually going to be set in the 60s during the height of the Cold War, where essentially the group of scientists, explorers who've been recruited by the government to investigate a mysterious energy signal coming from the quantum realm. And there didn't really seem to be much of a villain. It went on to say the Timekeeper explained that there is a more powerful being known as Kang the freaking Conqueror who is attempting to manipulate time to his advantage. The Fantastic Four must travel through time to stop Kang. So saying Galactus is the main villain now realistically goes against most of the leaks that people believed are to be true. But Jeff Snyder's an insider, but apparently now there is a character that's going to be the Silver Surfer. Interesting. So this actor's name is as follows. Eben Moss Baccarat is apparently not the Thing, but potentially the Silver Surfer. So what does War Stew think about all this? I think this is complete nonsense. I think absolutely no one has any idea who, what, where, what is going on, who is the villain. No idea. I think everybody is just guessing. So Johnny Storm, cast, don't know who it is. But it's the dude from Stranger Things, Joseph Quinn. Okay, cool story, bro. The Thing, you've got no idea who it is, but apparently, I mean, this is actually going on the internet. Apparently, Marvel wants to cast a fat actor. Yes, I'm not shaming nobody, but apparently Marvel wants to cast a fat actor for The Thing and not hire someone that's jacked. Interesting. You see what I mean? A lot of these stories, they sound like they're freaking stories. So this is coming from Jeff Snyder. Marvel wants a fat white guy to play The Thing. Okay, we know The Thing is supposed to be big, muscular, not necessarily shredded or lean. So that's a really weird description of a character. They want to cast someone fat. They've got no idea who Reed Richards is going to be, but it could be Matt Smith. For some reason, Vanessa Kirby is going to be Susan. Oh, sorry, I did it again. I always call her Susan Storm. Susie Storm. Johnny Cast. Joseph Quinn, apparently, from Stranger Things. But like I said throughout this video, most of this is most likely made up. I can believe the Vanessa Kirby one potentially because that keeps recurring. Matt Smith one, that's neither here or there. The only thing really we know is that Matt Shackman is directing the movie and producer Kevin Feige. That's all we know. But they can't do shiz during the writer's strike or the actor strike, so no one can sign on unless they signed on a very long time ago before this actually happened. Given the Fantastic Four main villain is Galactus, is expected to be played by a Latino actor, it's possible that Moss is being eyed to be played as a Silver Surfer or possibly Doctor Doom, though the latter character is only expected to appear at the very end. Yeah, I think this is made up realistically because, as I said, I do believe it will be a plot set in the 60s where the Fantastic Four are investigating some kind of mysterious thing in the quantum realm, and it will bring them through to the current day. And as we know, Jonathan Majors did appear in the most recent Loki trailer for Loki Season 2 as Victor Timely. I was going to say Victor Von Doom as Victor Timely, so it looks like Jonathan Majors is definitely going to be in Loki Season 2, which would imply he's going to be Kang going forward. It's a bit weird how it goes, yeah, Silver Surfer, yeah, Doctor Doom, and Galactus, all three big Fantastic Four villains are going to appear in the first movie ever. Now, I know Marvel's on their back at the moment. I know Marvel's doing very bad, but the Loki trailer for Season 2 apparently got 80 million views across all social media platforms, which is kind of damage control. It was major damage control for Secret Invasion finale and the Secret Invasion TV show not doing. I call it TV show because streaming is basically TV. Streaming is basically TV in the 21st century. So, of course, Marvel declined to comment. And it's worth noting that as Hollywood double strike continues, any scheduling delays could wreak havoc. Yeah, definitely. So all the release dates for Marvel, except for the Marvels that comes out later this year, which could switch because they have lost the IMAX to Dune 2. IMAX does make a lot of the money up for movies, so it would make sense if they do push it because they've lost out on the IMAX. So realistically, guys, I won't be covering loads of Fantastic Four news because, as I said, it's all made up nonsense by these people that are wannabe scoopers that don't know what they're talking about. And to say Galactus is all of a sudden now the main villain, when realistically, from everything I understand from reading multiple plot leaks, there realistically isn't a villain. Galactus is supposed to appear, potentially, and the Fantastic Four just traveling through time, trying to figure out what the freaking hell's going on to prevent Kang from becoming Kang that we see in Ant-Man, the ending of the Ant-Man movie that's obviously out, and there was supposed to be some kind of post-credit scene. I mean, plot leaks are cool because it's theorizing, because you don't know if a plot leak is true. That's why I like going over them, because we don't know if they're real or not. But these castings, they're almost like fan casting from people that have X.com clout. And there was a post-credit scene in this potential leak that says, the Beyonder now revealed to be a Kang variant is watching and waiting for his next move. The movie ends with the Beyonder anonymously watching over the Marvel Universe, hinting at a future crossover where the Fantastic Four and the Avengers will have to face off once again against him. Once again. There was notes saying the Beyonder was revealed to be a good variant later on, written by Kevin Feige. This is on Reddit, this is going back over a month ago, but this is the most realistic one to me. I don't think that Galactus, why would they randomly throw Galactus into the first? I get it, he's a big Fantastic Four villain. If they were going to do that, it would be Doctor Doom would make a lot more sense. Have the Silver Surfer cameo, maybe. Have Galactus appear, maybe. But to have these little Twitter people come out and say, oh, Galactus is all of a sudden now the main villain for the Fantastic Four first movie. Yeah, that's a bit early, lads. I don't think this is going to be the case at all, but I could be wrong. I mean, I've wanted Galactus to come to the MCU for literal years, but I don't think Galactus is going to save the MCU. Like, he's not going to be a Thanos level villain. Okay, he will be with time, but I don't believe Galactus is finally coming. I think he will be in the movie. Antonio has been rumored. I think Giant Freaking Robot were the first people to say it. I'm spitballing, but yeah, sure, there is some really cool fan art out there. And now with the AI, it's even easier to, you know, to get a perspective of what people will look like. But cast Cillian Murphy as Dr. Frickin' Doom. That would be freaking awesome. So likewise, guys, let me know. I know my style of videos generally wind people up or rub people up the wrong way, but I say it how I see it. I just honestly think a lot of these Twitter influencers are making stuff up because most of it is recycled stuff. Now coming back to Vanessa Kirby, oh, is it Margot Robbie? The same with the Reed Richards stuff. It was locked in Adam Driver. It still could be Adam Driver. No, it's Matt Smith. No, it's War Stew. No, it's Henry Cavill. I'd rather it be Henry Cavill, to be honest, than Matt Smith, another English guy. No, it's Penn Badgley. I'd rather it be Penn Badgley. There's so many cool fan castings. There is, and I think Adam Driver is a pretty weak actor, to be honest. So likewise, guys, let me know. What do you think's going on? Do you believe all these fake casting announcements? Because casting announcements are not changing. Hollywood is freaking closed. If these actors are locked, they've probably been locked for over 4 weeks because the writer's strike and actor strike's been going on 3 weeks or so. So it's just made up freaking nonsense. And yeah, comment me down below if you want. Likewise, guys, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and I'll get you in another video very soon. Catch ya. And also, do you think the plot leak's real that they're going to be investigating in the 60s, trying to stop Kang from becoming the Kang that we see in Ant-Man? I think that storyline is pretty cool. I overlaid the overall kind of plot leak here. Now, pause it if you want. So likewise, guys, I'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.